Hey everybody, so the injuries for the Pittsburgh Penguins just continue to pile up. How much more can this team take? Already down Sidney Crosby, now they're going to be down Nick Bjugstad and Justin Schultz for a long period of time. It's just, how much can Pittsburgh take before it really starts to affect their record and their play? Before we get fully into the video, I just quickly want to remind everyone to please hit that thumbs up button and like the video. It greatly helps out the channel. And if you're new and happen to be watching, please hit that subscribe button and follow along for all my hockey content this year and all year round. So, the new injury news for Pittsburgh, obviously we already know that Sidney Crosby is out for significant time, at least until the new year, with a core muscle injury. Now add Nick Bjugstad to the list. Their third-line center will miss at least 8 weeks with another core muscle injury, and that required surgery. So that's 2 centers now down in Pittsburgh with core injuries and long-term injuries as well. So now Pittsburgh is not only down their first-line center with Sidney Crosby, they're now down their third-line center with Nick Bjugstad out as well. And just to make things worse and add to it, let's add a major injury to their defense core while we're at it, as Justin Schultz is out longer term, no number put on that, just longer term with a lower body injury. So these are 2 more major losses for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Pittsburgh's a team that has shown in the past that they can overcome injuries, that they're a resilient team, that they're a team that can still find a way to win games. But, I mean, how much can this group take before it really starts to affect them? Pittsburgh has done a really good job this season of staying in the playoff picture despite all of these injuries. They've got 26 points right now. They're in the first wild card spot. They have an 11-7-4 record. They're finding ways to stay in it while missing a lot of key players. But, how long can they really keep that up? Are they going to be able to keep that up all season long with these injuries that just continue to pile on? Or at some point, is Pittsburgh going to drop down because they're just missing too many key players? That's something that we really don't know. That's going to, we're going to have to watch and see what happens over the next month or so. But it's brutal, and Pittsburgh's a good team. I'm not a huge Penguins fan, but this isn't something that you want to see any team go through. They're a good team, and if they were healthy, I think they would be a team that would be right up there with the Islanders and the Capitals, competing in that Metropolitan Division, right up at the top. But they just haven't been healthy all season long. Bjugstad and Malkin missed time early in the year. Then they came back. Then Crosby got hurt. Now Bjugstad's hurt again. And now Justin Schultz is out long term. I mean, it's just hit after hit after hit with this Pittsburgh team. And, they traded away Eric Goodbranson. So losing Schultz now is a huge hit to that defense core because they were already getting their defensive depth tested. And now they're really going to. And then obviously down the middle, losing Bjugstad is a killer, hit to that forward group, because now not only are you down your first line center, and when you have Evgeny Malkin, he can come up and be a first line center, but now you lose your third line center, and your depth down the middle now is being significantly tested. So, I have to wonder, is Pittsburgh going to make a move possibly to add a center to this group? It's certainly a possibility. Jim Rutherford is certainly not shy about making trades. Pittsburgh is always one of the most active trading teams in the NHL. So I do think that a trade is a possibility to bring maybe a third, or at least a third or fourth line center in there, just to give them some more depth down the middle. It's tough right now for the Pittsburgh Penguins with all of these injuries. And, maybe they just try and ride it out. And I think if they continue to find ways to stay in a playoff spot and pick up points and win games with these injuries, they might just try and let it ride out and hope that they're healthy in the second half of the season. And maybe, Crosby comes back, Bjugstad comes back, Schultz comes back, and maybe the second half of the year they stay healthy and can really put a run together. I think if we see any sort of significant drop-off, or if they drop out of the playoff race, or not the race entirely, but out of a playoff spot and really start going the other way, I would not be surprised if Rutherford makes a move for a center or something like that to help boost this group, because I mean, it's been tough. It's been brutal hit after brutal hit, just losing important players out of this lineup. And a team can only weather that for so long before it does actually really start to affect them. So, as we know, Crosby is out. Now Bjugstad and Schultz are going to be out long term. That's going to be tough. And the injuries are just piling on for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So hopefully they can get healthy. I would love to see this team at full strength and see how good they can be. But we are just not getting the chance this season to see that, as they are, significant players are just consistently out of the lineup with injuries this year with this team. It's pretty tough. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.